Everybody, this is Jessie, and I know my voice isn't the best this month, but I did want to get out here and get a video cut today because, well, we're expecting about a week's worth of rain here, and that's not going to be very conducive to filming. So I thought I would take this chance to get out today while I have a chance, and my voice is good. I'm good. It's just a little allergy going on here. Nothing major. It's really, really mild anyways. We have this beautiful weather today, even though it's a little bit overcast, and I'm out in this amazing area in my brand new region. How exciting is that? And that is in the Carmel, Indiana area. So this is new territory for me, and I'm out exploring, and this little space that I found today is, very interesting. Like a lot of cities now, there's some nature right out of the heart of the city, and I'm right off of pretty much a main road, but you wouldn't know it from this video, right? And so anyways, what I wanted to talk about this month is about accept it. That phrase, accept it, and being in that space of being able to accept things in life. And we've got a few more pieces to that I want to bring up. And the aspects to that is because it's very, very powerful when we can get to a space of where we accept it. And there's a lot of things we're being asked to accept today that, we don't want to accept. We don't like it. We don't agree with it. And that's okay. When you accept something, it doesn't mean that you have to like it. It doesn't mean that you agree with it. It doesn't mean that that is your choice. But when we come to accept it, we open some beautiful, beautiful energy. And I thought this area would be great because it's flowing well, and it's right on top of a creek area, as you can see there. Beautiful bridge back there. And this area, this creek, or this flowing well, which I don't have in the picture right now, is actually something that was discovered back at the turn of the 1900th century. And what's interesting about it is it's a natural spring, which is appropriate, right, for this time of year, even though we don't have things blooming completely here yet. And what is really cool about that is in natural springs, they receive pressure. And they don't necessarily like that pressure, and I kind of relate that a lot of times to when we're being asked to accept something, or something is in our life that we need to accept and we don't want to accept it. It's like the pressure in that water. And when we put a well in, when we put a pipe into the ground to be able to draw that spring water up, which is beautiful, clean, and pure, we're alleviating that pressure. So in a sense, when we accept something, it's like putting the pipe into the ground that alleviates the pressure from things. Now, we have a couple of really, really key components in this, and when we accept things, again, it's not about agreeing, and that's a big misconception because so many people think, well, that means I have to agree with things, I have to go along with them. No. It's simply about making a choice to realize that this is what's happening, and then to be in that space enough to say, what are my choices, and what do I want to do with this, and how am I going to be regardless of what the circumstances are. Now, those that have been following my journey, you know that I've been through a lot, and I've had to accept a lot of things along the way that maybe I didn't like. Maybe, they weren't the most favorite things in the world for me. But they were really amazing journeys at the same time. And when I got to be able to accept something, it released a lot of pressure in my life to say, okay, this is how this person wants to be. This is what the situation is. If you want to rent a place that is $1,500 a month, but you don't make $1,500 a month, you have to accept at some point you've got to find another option for renting that place. You've got to get a second job, or you've got to look at something within your budget. So you might not like those choices, but that's what the choices are. That's what it is in places. Now, the more we're in big cities, and it's very interesting stepping into a new territory that, one hand is very coded for me, on another hand puts me in a space of needing to accept a lot of things that I've kind of just pushed aside and said, no, I don't have to deal with that. And we do this a lot with family. The bigger the city that we're in, the more we are prone to not want to accept something, the more we're programmed not to accept things and to fight them and to resist them. And, you know, if you want a great piece about all of that, my friend Lorraine Cohen put out something recently about compassion and being in compassion with things that we're really struggling with. So I encourage you to check that out at lorrainecohen.com, by the way. But going forward with this, one of the big things that is triggered for people, now when we accept something, what we're actually doing is we're actually opening a portal that invites us to draw in soul energy, to draw in that total knowledge, to draw in assistance from the soul world, the soul self, the divine self, whatever term you want to call it, by God, whatever works for you in that terminology. And when we do that and we accept it and we add that it in there to whatever it is, we not only open up that space in that portal, but then we open ourselves to be able to take command of our own life again, instead of being in this reaction, instead of being in this, oh my gosh, this is horrible and this is awful and everything like that. Now, when we look at things where we're surrounded with a lot of people or things or stuff or whatever that we don't want to accept or we don't like, and a lot of times when we talk about not accepting things, it's because there's a truth there, there's something there that we don't like, there's something that is not resonating with our soul self. We're being asked to face the lies, and in essence that is facing the truth in various things. We're being asked to face what we don't like so that we can face what we do like. And I know that's kind of a strange dichotomy, but what happens for a lot of people when they start to embark in this acceptance aspect, when they start to embark in accept it process, is that they feel very inferior. And again, this is a lot of the programming. And this inferior aspect, what happens with it is they don't feel good enough because they're feeling like, I can't change things, therefore I'm not good enough. Everybody else around me isn't changing. You know, forget the fact that you're the one that's standing on the outside. And what happens is when we feel inferior, we literally are feeling alone. We're feeling the outcast. And this doesn't have to necessarily be a bad thing, because sometimes it just means that we're seeing with a clarity, we're seeing with different eyes than what other people are seeing with. They're coming from the parameters that they know. They're coming from the parameters that they have to work with. They're coming from what's working for them and what they have the strength to do. And not everybody has that strength at a given moment or point to stand in acceptance or to be able to accept something that's happening in their life or to make certain choices in their life. So when we accept simply, for example, that, okay, I accept that this person has made these choices in their life. Now what we do is we open that space and we open that portal for not only us to be in our soul self, but for them. So every time we accept it in life, every time we accept something in life, again, not agreeing with it or any of that, but simply accept it, what we're doing is opening that portal saying, I see where you're at, I see what's going on, and I want to give you a chance to be in your soul self. Now, they don't have to take it, they may not be aware of it, but the more we open that energy, not only for ourselves, but for others, and we do that accepting piece, then the more we're inviting people to be in that soul self. And when we do that, the more we remind them of who their soul self is, who their true self is, where that unity, where that connection is in there. So instead of getting wrapped up and being in this argumentative space, we open this whole other door that is incredible and amazing, and we're holding a space of safety. Now, safety is really, really important, because that is the first thing in my Genesis clearing statement. For anybody who's worked with that, you know how amazing that is. And that space of safety is powerful, and the reason for that, and people go, well, what is a space of safety? You know, what's that all about? And the space of safety is really about opening up a circle of energy or a portal of energy, or just really being in an energy that is what we'd say maybe not of this world. It's about being in your soul self. It's about opening up to having that assistance. So the space of safety actually allows us to step out of all of the human distortions and connect with soul self in there. So you're starting to get the picture, I think, of how powerful this very aspect is, how powerful it is to accept. And I think this is so important moving forward with spring, because being in the spring season and being in that time of planting seeds and being in that time where we are creating a harvest, to be able to accept things in our life can create some amazing harvest for ourselves, some amazing results, and it can produce some incredible things for us in our life, both internally and externally. So this is very similar to being in that flow of surrender. It takes actually not being a victim at all. It actually is about taking command of your life. And this is where a lot of people, even subconsciously, they'll look at it and they'll say, I'm not ready for that. You know, I don't know if I want to be in charge of my life. I don't know if I want to be responsible in my life. So think about that a little bit. It's a very powerful space. It's an incredible place to be in. And I'm going to say enough for this month. But you get it. And I want you to think about whenever something comes up for you, whenever you're struggling, whenever you're resisting, whenever you find something angering you because you feel like this is not the true way, or you feel like there's a lot of lies and a lot of distortions and you don't like it, think about just accept it. And you're going to be working some amazing miracles in your life. I am so excited to be in this energy flow. There's been amazing things happening since I've been here in Carmel, and I have all kinds of amazing things that I know are in the works, and I'm just moving forward one step at a time, and I'm looking forward to next month. Hopefully everything around here is going to be in bloom, and I'll be able to come to you from another location around the area. So take care, everybody. It's been great. Have a wonderful month, and I'll see you later.